All right, we are live. So in this live stream, I'm going to be answering your questions about working for Uber Eats, Deliveroo with Stuart. If you have any questions whatsoever, you can put them in the live chat. And I've also got some questions that I've made up myself or that I've got from my channel from people asking me these questions. And so I'm going to be answering all these questions here. I think it'll be interesting. And yeah, let's see what happens. Before we get into the Q&A, if you want to learn about making money in the gig economy, or maybe just like watching my deliveries, then don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate it. All right, so first question. So the first question is, how did I get into food delivery? And the reason why I want to start off with this question is because I think it's pretty interesting how people got into this, because there's so many ways, like so many different reasons people get into this. And this all started for me when I was when we all kind of were in this pandemic. It started at the beginning, right at the beginning. I was actually teaching English in Vietnam, and I came home because of that. And I thought, okay, yeah, I can just work for my dad. He has an electric bike business, and we go around the UK and we sell bikes. And obviously the events industry kind of went like this, so we couldn't do that. I couldn't work for my dad, and I had no job. So I was like, okay, well, I had the idea in the past of working for Uber or Deliveroo, and I just decided to get into it. And yeah, ever since then, I've been really enjoying it. And that's why I've got a YouTube channel about this. So yeah, that's how I got into food delivery. And the next question is, what is the best vehicle to use for food delivery? Which is a question a lot of people like to ask. So it depends on what you want. If you want money, then for sure, working on a moped or a motorbike is the best way to make money. Stuart and Deliveroo prioritizes moped and motorbike drivers. I know this because I've been speaking to a lot of people who ride motorbikes, and they have friends or they have family who use like electric bikes or cars, and they get significantly less amount of orders. So in terms of money, I would say mopeds and motorbikes. Electric bikes, or I'd say electric bikes and cars, earn similar amounts of money, but the difference is that a car, you can work in a car for 10 hours and not get tired, but with a bike or even an electric bike, either your battery's going to run out or you're going to get tired. So in terms of making money over the course of the day, a car wins it. But if you're working just for a couple of hours, then I would say electric bike is a pretty good option. Hey Neil, what's going on, man? How you doing, bro? It's first live stream I'm doing, so this is new to me. But I thought, you know what? I've invested in this kit. Why not do it? Okay, so next question is, how much can you earn in this work? So this is another question that people always ask me, and I earn about like £10 per hour during the busy hours. So I'm not working all the way from like 9 till 5. I'm working probably 12 till 2 and then 5 till 8 p.m. And during these times, I earn like a minimum £10 per hour. And it depends because I work on multiple apps, so I can earn more. Like I can earn like as much as £15 per hour sometimes. But if you're working in the off-peak times of the day, then you can't expect to always be earning that amount. So you can work full-time in this, but I think most people do it like part-time as a side hustle. But there are plenty of people doing this full-time, earning 400, 500 pounds a week, maybe more. So yeah, definitely is worth just experimenting with. All right, we got always. Hi, buddy. Is Uber Eats, etc., are good for long term, a long time or long job? Yeah. So I think you mean like, is it full time? So yeah, I think I just answered that question. But yeah, you can do it full time. It all depends on your like responsibilities in your life, and if you've got a mortgage to pay, if you've got expensive like car payments to make, you've got children, then this as a full-time job can be tricky because there's no guarantees, but there are people who are in that situation earning full-time salaries from this. So the gig economy and working for these apps is like a wave. So I would probably, if you're starting off, I would like get a job and then do this as a side hustle. Neil, can't stay long, just about to start my proper job. Okay, man, that's cool. Thanks for popping in. Jordan saying, hey man, great to see you. Pleased your channel is doing really well. Thank you, man. I really appreciate that. I'm putting a lot of work into this, but I'm enjoying it because I love delivering. Okay, so let's answer another question. how do I survive the winter delivering on my electric bike? So it's really cold right now. Like, let me show you what the temperature is right now. It is, I don't know if you can see that, it's 2 degrees, and it's going to go to 1 degrees very, very soon. So yeah, it's very cold. So how do I survive it? I have thermals. I'm actually wearing them right now because I just like wearing them in the house when it's a little bit cold, because it keeps me warm. So I've got thermals. I have a neck scarf to keep my neck warm. I wear multiple layers. And yeah, I think if you have some waterproof stuff like gloves and socks, so that if it is raining, because that can make it even colder, to make sure your feet and your hands stay warm and dry is really important. I have, like, in the description box below, I have my winter cycling kit. Check them items out because a lot of that stuff is what I use, and it keeps me warm, and it allows me to actually go out and work because it does get pretty cold. Jordan says, do you think you will, let me put this onto the screen. Do you think you'll continue this? Do you think you'll continue this long term? I think so. For what I see right now, the industry is growing and I really enjoy it. I love going out on my bike and making money, and that's why I have this YouTube channel. So this YouTube channel is going to be like a long-term thing as far as I see it. But you never know. Life throws different things at you. I have no idea. Hey, Scott, how's it going, man? If you guys have any questions, feel free to pop them in. Okay, next question. How many miles does my battery last on my electric bike? So I have actually multiple batteries. My dad, like I said earlier on in the live stream, has an electric bike business, so I'm fortunate to be able to get a lot of batteries from him. But my battery, if I'm using a very high setting, and it depends on your terrain, whether you're going up steep hills and things. But let's just say I have a full battery and I'm using the highest assist, I can probably get around 30 to 40 miles off a battery. So I do need 2 to 3 batteries if I'm going to be working for 6, 7, 8 hours. So there aren't many batteries out there that can do 100 miles. A lot of people try and advertise that, but actually they just do 40 to 50. And if you use a really low setting, which you won't be using, it can get you like 80 to 100. But you'd probably need to spend a lot of money on getting a battery that can do 100 miles and have a high assist. And then Neil says, are you going to try the 24-hour challenge? I was thinking of doing this. Like, basically, I said to London Eats, because he did the 24-hour challenge, and I said if he gets 10,000 views on that video, I'll do it. And the reason why I'm not so like wanting to do it right away is because filming that, first of all, would be pretty difficult because I'd need to have so many batteries and power banks, and the actual 24 hours of doing it would be pretty difficult. But hey, it's content, so I might do it in the future for sure. I might definitely do that. Okay, Jordan, I'm going to answer another question of mine, and then I'm going to go to yours. What is the best phone mount for food delivery? That is the quad lock. The quad lock is incredible. Like, it's one of my favorite gadgets on my bike. You'll see it in my videos. It is super high quality. It is expensive, but it pays for itself in the long run because it's very good quality. It's not going to break on you very easily. You're going to have it for the long term. And so I do recommend actually investing in that, because there are lots of phone mounts out there. They'll last you like a couple months, 6 months. And if you invest that money into the quad lock, you're going to probably save more money over the long run because you're not going to have to buy multiple times. But yeah, I've got like a link down below to get the quad lock. You can check that out. You get 10% off that one. Quad lock. Yeah. See, here we go. Scott, quad lock, and then best investment. There we go. Fahim, he recently started watching and loving your videos since then. Keep up the great content. Thank you, my friend. Like, I'm going to keep hustling, guys. I'm going to keep doing this. I really do enjoy this. I spent probably half the day today setting up this live stream, and we're going to be doing this every week for sure. Okay, so next question is, can I get deactivated for a low satisfaction or like rating? So Yes, you can for sure. Like on Uber Eats, you have a satisfaction rating. And basically, if you fall below 86%, I think Uber does give you the boot. So that's something to just be aware of. But to be honest, if you're not doing anything really like completely like badly, then you should be fine. Most customers, even if you have like a bad experience with the customer, sometimes they don't even bother to like give you a bad rating. I mean, I'm at like 99% on Uber Eats. I don't know why I got 1%. Like I have no idea. Like you've seen me delivering. Like I'm like I provide some like such great customer service, and that's because I enjoy doing that service for people. So I don't know what that one person was about. Um, Stuart as well. They have a weekly rating that's like out of 5 stars. If you fall below, I think if you get really poor like ratings each week, I think they probably do look at your ratings. And Deliveroo, they don't have ratings. I don't think they have ratings anyway. Okay. Adnan, hey, how you doing, my friend? He says, "Hi Jay, how's it going? Great to see you. My question is, how long does it take for a Deliveroo kit to arrive at my house? I ordered it on the 6th of January. I really want to know this. So today is the 8th. I just had to check that. 2 days. I think give it like a week. I ordered my Deliveroo kit and it came within like 5 working days. So give it a week and it will be with you soon. Have you ever been kicked off any platform? I haven't. And I have a video about like not getting deactivated on Uber Eats because a lot of people getting kicked off platforms just for silly things. Like in my last video, people gave me a lot of stick because I said that I told a guy that he should probably wear a mask because he can get into trouble with the apps. And I was genuinely trying to help the guy because he looked like he was new. And Deliveroo are known if the customer reports you for not wearing a mask, it's in their kind of terms and conditions that you need to be wearing masks at the customers and like the restaurant location, the pickup, and you can get booted off really quickly. So just be careful, guys. Like take the advice that I have on this channel because the long term. Like longevity of your apps is what's going to bring in you the money over like the long run. Don't go for like short-term earnings unless you want to get kicked off the platform. Okay, so let's take that one off. Do you get discounts from these apps if you are working for them? No discounts. I do not get any discounts. I don't think any of us get discounts for Uber Eats, Deliveroo, and Stuart. You do get like incentives, like not incentives, sorry, like you have these third party like kind of services where you can get membership through these apps and you get discount on things, but nothing really great. It's a bit of a shame, but if you make friends with the people at these restaurants, at these stores, a lot of the times they'll either give you free food or give you discounted food, or you can even ask them if you want to do that. One time I went to this burger restaurant and I really wanted to go there like a week before, but it was like closed. And I went there to do pick up a delivery, and I spoke to the guy, and he ended up being the owner. I was like, "Hey, like, do you do any discount for delivery drivers?" And he's like, "You know what, we don't, but I'm gonna give you like 10% off, 20% off." So it's worth asking in some situations. Okay. Yeah, Neil said I got mine in a few days. So yeah, in a few days. So you'll get it quickly, Adnan. Don't worry about that. Have you ever had a particularly bad experience with a rude customer? I work in customer service too, and some people can be awful, even though you need to grit your teeth and smile while there. I can't remember like a experience I've had with a bad or rude customer. I think most customers, like 99% of customers, are really friendly and like they don't want to like get into like any kind of arguments or anything. So I don't have any bad experiences, but there was one time when I was delivering on Stuart and I was trying to find the customer's house, and a guy was reversing, and I went onto the pavement. Like, so I went around him, but I went onto the pavement. He's not supposed to be reversing onto the pavement, and he got out of his car and started yelling a load of abuse at me while I was trying to do this delivery. And I was just like, the people in this world, like, but then you see the customers and they're so nice. So it gives you a little bit of like, kind of like, okay, human beings aren't all bad. Okay. Which app is your favorite, Uber Eats, Deliveroo, or Stuart? Can you guys guess that? Like, I want you to guess which app is my favorite, and then I'm gonna reveal it, Fahim. So, guys, in the live stream and the live chat, just say which one you think my favorite one is, and then I'll answer that question in a second. All right. So, Neil, my first day delivering tomorrow. Any further advice for carrying drinks? I'm having heart palpitations about it. I had heart palpitations just before going onto this live stream because it's a little bit nerve wracking. It's not every day you do a live stream. But yeah, so I've got a video. I think you've probably seen it about how to set up your thermal bag to prevent drink spills and some general tips. But in my opinion, you should avoid like hot drinks. If you see that on Uber, like you can check the order and you can see in the like food list there's drinks, hot drinks, or anything like that. I would avoid picking them up because hot drinks are where most of the spills happen. When it comes to cold drinks, that's usually because they've like not double lidded or they haven't packed it properly. With hot drinks, they leak a lot because of the hole they have in the cup. So I would avoid hot drinks. Set up your bag properly. Make sure that in your thermal bag there isn't space for the food or drinks to move around. You can get like a towel or like some kind of like object that's obviously make sure it's clean because you're going to be putting it inside the thermal bag, but something to kind of wedge that space that you're not got so much space inside. Yeah, I would say that. Okay, but yeah, good luck, man. Like, dude, like, I love this work, and I'm sure you will. Like the first few deliveries, or maybe even the first few days, you'll be like kind of still getting a feel for it. But once you get used to it, it's just like I'm just like listening to music, or I'm like speaking to my girlfriend while I'm doing deliveries. So it's pretty cool. So yeah, good luck, man. Javed, hello. I love watching your videos. Keep it up. My question is, how long Deliveroo account takes to be? How long does it take to like your Deliveroo account to be activated? Cheers, man. I appreciate the support and the love. That's a good question. That was one of the questions I was gonna answer. This really depends because in each like market you'll have different kind of recruitment needs. Like some places might not be wanting to hire people as much, and some areas will be. So it depends on that. It also depends on how many applications they've already got. Deliveroo, I applied the first time and it took 6 months for them to get back to me. I ended up, one of my friends, he got activated before me but applied after me. Like, why is that? It's because he applied with another email, and basically their system, I don't know what's going on with their system, but their system basically saw that it was a new applicant. So they kind of prioritized him and ended up like sending him, like getting him activated before me. So it's worth actually applying with another email. And I got a tip for you guys. You can apply with another email for a different location. And you can look up on Google where people are hiring, like where Deliveroo is hiring, and you can apply for that location. And you don't have to work in that location. If it's close by, then that's great. But you can also change your location on the Deliveroo app once you're activated. So that's a tip for you. But it can take anywhere up to like, it can take you a week, it can take you a few days, it can take you a few months. You have to be patient, but use the tip I just gave you, and hopefully you'll get signed up. Okay, let's go through the comments. Okay. Yeah, so I answered this question. So Neil says Stuart for sure. So this was a question about which is my favorite. Barry says Stuart. I think Fahim says I think Uber Eats. Okay, so my favorite app right now is Stuart, mainly because I my lips aren't working right now. It's Stuart because I started off with them, and I think that because they're smaller compared to like Deliveroo and Uber, they have more of like, they care a little bit more about the riders. I feel that from them, and also they pay you better. So yeah, Stuart. I'm a Stewie for sure. Like I would love to kind of like be sponsored by Stuart just because I like delivering for them. I wear their kit. I deliver for them whenever I can, whenever the orders are there, because they can be sometimes slow. Adnan, you're absolutely the best, man. I'm so glad I came across you. No problem, dude. This bump to you, man. It's all good. Like, I'm here to help you guys. Like, I'm here to help everyone. And hey, like, I enjoy this work and I love interaction with people in this kind of work. So having this YouTube channel allows me to connect with all you guys. Okay. Okay, that's a good question. So Scott said, if you worked 35 hours a week on 2 apps, do you believe you'd still average 10 to 11 pounds per hour? Okay, so let's say that lunchtime and dinner time, that's 5 hours a day, busy periods across a week. I think I would average 10 to 11 pounds for sure, because the busy days of the week are Friday to Sunday. I would be earning more than that during these busy periods. But on Monday to Thursday, I would still be earning 10 to 11 pounds on 2, even 3 apps. So yeah, I think I would. Yeah. Okay. All right. Neil says, are the customers okay with you taping the lids down on drinks like what Wilsa does? Big respect to Wilsa. If you haven't checked his channel out, he's an American dude. He did $8,000 in 1 month on a bike and on a moped, and I think he did a little bit in a car. Yeah, so go check his channel out. I've actually got into contact with him, and we had a FaceTime, not FaceTime, like we just spoke to each other for about an hour. And dude, like, that guy's cool, and we're gonna be like connecting and helping each other to grow. So yeah, big respect to him. But yeah, are customers okay with taping the lids down on drinks? I think they're fine with it. The thing is, with like McDonald's and a lot of these like restaurants and cafes and stuff, they seal the bags. So if you unseal the bags, then I don't know, like, I don't feel comfortable unsealing the bags because they've sealed them for a purpose. So I wouldn't bother with like taping the lids down. I would just try and pack your bag as like tight as possible, and or just avoid delivering hot drinks. But like, definitely experiment, because if you're working in a car, you might not get as many drink spills as if you're doing it on a bike or a motorbike, especially in a bike, because the drinks really do move around a lot in your backpack, so you need to be like kind of removing that space. Okay, let's answer another question. How Ahmed says, how make more money in one day? So how much money can I make in one day? So I think if I was working, it depends on the day of the week. Like I said, Friday to Sunday is the best. But like Monday to Thursday is typically not as like higher boosts and incentives. But if you could, let's say on a Friday, and I was working all day, I could make £100 on a Friday, especially if I'm multi-apping and I'm in the city. Actually, one thing I wanted to talk to you guys about is that January, from what I can tell and what I've heard, it's quite a slow month. So don't worry if you're not getting too many orders, because it should pick up in February, because January, like after Christmas and New Year's, people have spent all their money and they're trying to be a bit more wise with like spending, so they won't be ordering as much food. And also there'll be a lot of people trying to get into like health kicks, like not like ordering McDonald's and KFC and stuff like this. So yeah, like, it's going to be a little bit slower. In my town today, I went out and like, it was sort of like 12 o'clock, and I did like one delivery because I just knew that I wasn't gonna get many deliveries. So I'm gonna have to go into my city this month, like more so than I would like to, because I do like delivering in my town. It's easy. I can just take my bike out of my shed, start delivering. Whereas when I go into the city, I have to put my bike into my car and then drive into the city. I take the wheel off as well, so then I have to put the wheel back on, and like, it's not bad, but it takes time and effort. Whereas if I can just go into my town straight away and start making money, it's easier. Okay, let's pick another question. Let's have a look. Okay, so Sadak Abdallah, hey bro, I started working for Deliveroo and I'm having trouble fitting 3 deliveries in an hour. Any advice? So I would say that most people are doing 2 to 3 deliveries per hour when it's like relatively busy. I think that's actually quite normal. But like, if you're not getting 3 deliveries, it depends on what vehicle you're using as well. But like, the way to make the most money in this work is to find ways to reduce the amount, like the time it takes to picking up the order to then dropping off that order. So the equipment you use is going to have an effect on that. The apps you use, so the navigation you use, how like good you are at finding the house, because that can be difficult. So all these things play a part. I would say like just try and think of ways to reduce that time. So if it means like using Google Maps, like Google Maps for me is what I use because it really helps me to find the customer's location pretty easily, and it gives me the fastest routes. When I'm picking up the order, I'm going up to the staff and trying to like kind of not like pressurize them too much, but just let them know I'm here, so they can serve me quicker. When I get to the customer's place, like try and be as efficient in that way. But when you're in a car compared to a bike, I think it actually takes a bit longer than on a bike because of parking and just in general, like I can park my bike inside of the restaurant. So yeah, just look at that. Look at trying to reduce your time. Yeah, so let's have a look at this question. Peter says, I have signed up with Deliveroo and Uber, but it's taking so long. Stuart's not hiring here in Leeds, apparently. Yeah, so it does, like Deliveroo and Uber, like Uber took me 2 to 3 months to sign up with them. This was right at the beginning of the pandemic. Deliveroo didn't even, like, I didn't even sign up to, like, get activated until, like, a month or so ago, and I applied 5, 6 months ago. So, yeah, you just got to be patient, my friend. And Stuart, yeah, Stuart, they're hiring less people because they don't have as many orders compared to Uber and Delivery, so they don't need to hire as many people, and they're quite good at trying to limit the amount of people working on these apps because if there's too many people, then there's not enough orders to go around to really make it worthwhile. But yeah, just wait. It's a waiting game, my friend. Waiting game. Okay, so we've got 20 people in the live stream, 27 minutes gone. This is fun, guys. Like, I got to do this more often. I hope you like the live stream. We got the little light in the back. I've got these lights like kind of hitting me as well, and I've got this mic here. You can see, like, I can take this off. This mic here. Okay. Let's see. By the way, guys, if I don't answer your question, make sure to leave a comment down below when this on this live stream, because I will come back to them and answer them in written form. And so yeah, just do that. Jfan, you can get a free drink from KFC every day. You can also get a free soup at Itsu. Awesome. I don't have an Itsu in Nottingham, I don't think. So I can't get the soup. But yeah, KFC, they won't tell you this. Like none of the KFCs I've gone to have like said like you can have a drink or anything, but you can get a drink free from them. That's good. Next question. Do you pay tax from doing Uber Eats and Deliveroo? Yes, you have to pay your own taxes. You're self-employed, so you got to register to be self-employed with a HMRC. And then I'm pretty new to this because I'm newly self-employed. I just like registered back in August, and so I'm still figuring out this as well as most people. But when that time comes when I have to do my taxes and all that stuff, I will try and help everyone out. But yeah, you have to pay taxes. It's buffering a lot. It's buffering a lot. Let me check the internet. Okay. Oh yeah. So hopefully it's not buffering a lot. Like it looks like. So basically, I'm using StreamYard to like kind of stream to YouTube. So I've got the free version, so that's why it's in 720p, not 1080p, because you have to pay like £28 a month to get the 1080p version, which I will do eventually when I start making money off like ad revenue and things like that, so I can justify paying that. But for right now, I think with this free package, the kind of quality is a little bit less, and then probably the amount of buffering that happens is a little bit more, maybe. Okay. Osprey said, one time it took me 20 minutes to find someone's house. The states are like mazes. Oh my God. Yes, this happens to me a lot, especially when I'm in like the city, because they have these like kind of estates where they've got so many different streets on this estate, and they have like on the same street they can have the same number just because it's on the corner and stuff. Like I've on a few occasions I've almost delivered to the wrong customer. So I feel your pain. Just double check on your like. What I like to do is go to my Google Maps and put in the actual number and the address, and then kind of look at the pin to see if I'm in the right vicinity, or even just ask the person at the door, is this address? And hopefully they're going to be honest and not just take your food away from you pretending to be the customer. Have you tried working in Derby rather than not? No, I haven't. Derby has fewer zones, but I can work with Deliveroo and Uber in Derby. But for Stuart, I'm kind of locked into Nottingham until I tell them to move it to Derby. But then I'd have to keep switching it from Derby to Nottingham, and that will lead us into our next question, which is, can you work in multiple cities with these apps? Can you work in different cities across the UK? And the answer is yes, with Uber and Deliveroo. So with Uber, you can go to a different city. So let's say I'm in Nottingham and I want to deliver in Manchester. You can go to that city. I haven't done it yet. I'm planning to do this at some stage, obviously after the lockdown, because we can't move anywhere. We're stuck. I'm stuck here. But what will happen is they won't show you the boost, but it will, after I think maybe a few deliveries or after like an hour or two, it will start showing you the boost, and you will still get paid for the deliveries that you did where you didn't see the boost. You'll still get paid that boost amount that was there. You just won't be able to see it for it, like has some kind of lag time. With Deliveroo, you can change your location to any city in the UK, or like I think it's England, or maybe the UK as well. But with Stuart, you're locked in, like I said before. So you're locked into a city until you tell them to change it. And they don't always do that because of the demand in each place might change. Okay. All good here. Not buffering for me. Thank God for that. Whew. No, it's fine here. Yep. Great. Thank you, man. It isn't buffering. Perfect. Damn. Like, I have really decent internet speed, so it shouldn't do here. Cool. Hey, my guy, Tawid, how you doing, my dude? Okay. Marky Mark, yo, do love the channel, man. I really appreciate your guys' support. We're almost at 1,000 subscribers, and like this year, we're gonna get to 10K. I'm pretty sure of it. Like, I'm gonna be like, if you think about it, YouTube is like my main like kind of business like idea for the future, and it's like my main priority right now. Like I'm doing deliveries, but I'm only doing like 15 to 20 hours a week, because I spend probably like 30-40 hours just like in this YouTube game trying to figure it out, and so I know a lot about it. So we will get to 10K hopefully by this year. I'm going to put in that work, but also like Uber, Deliveroo, and Stuart, these are a part of the gig economy, and YouTube is also a part of the gig economy, because I will put like a video up, and when I monetize, which will be happening soon, I'll get paid ad revenue for that. I also have like, if you click on my Amazon links, then I'll get a small commission if you purchase something on, even if you don't purchase the product that I'm advertising for like 24 hours, if you purchase like a TV, I get a small percentage of that. So I'm doing this as another income stream, and because I enjoy doing it. So yeah, this is the YouTube game. Sorry guys, I'm gonna have some hot chocolate. My mom made me some beautiful dark hot chocolate because I'm talking a lot. I hope I'm not talking too fast. I'm talking clearly. Also, like, how's the audio quality? Because I've got this mic here, which like costs like a decent amount of money. So I'm hoping it sounds good to you guys. All right. Raze Rabbi. I hope I pronounced your name right, my friend. Can an international student work with Uber Eats, Stuart, Deliveroo in the UK? I actually there was a guy in my YouTube video who like an Indian chap, and he was a student, and I'm pretty sure he's from India. So He's working on Deliveroo, so I'm pretty sure you can. From based on that, he could be renting an account. Um, and My girlfriend's watching the stream. She just sent me a message saying that I'm hot chocolate made by my mom. Yeah, my mom made me a hot chocolate. Yes. So yeah, I think you can. I'm not exactly 100% sure about that. You'd have to check like your visa like restrictions, because if you can do self-employed work on your visa, then yeah, I don't see why not. Taweed, also, do you do Uber Eats full time? I don't do it full time. I do it like part time, like I think I said earlier, like 15, 20 hours a week. I've been really lazy since like Christmas. Before Christmas, I was like pumping it out, like I was doing decent amount of earnings each week, like 200 to 250 pounds a week. And then Christmas hit and I kind of got out of zone, out of flow, and I need to like kind of start working again. Tomorrow, it's like 2 degrees, but it's like sunny most of the day. So I'm gonna go out all day and try and pick up from before Christmas. Khalifa, come to Birmingham. I'm like wanting to do like a travel series where I like, obviously not right now, but in the future, where I go to different cities and I use these apps in different cities and do videos. And then maybe I can hang out with you guys in these different places. So that is something I'm thinking about doing. Okay. Okay. The face of many, using TubeBuddy or vidIQ. So this is like very YouTube related stuff. I'm using TubeBuddy, but also using Morning Fame. vidIQ is similar. Like I think like for now I'm just using TubeBuddy and Morning Fame. What's your full name? So my full name is JS Chaya. You guys can call me Jay. It's really easy. Like I always introduce myself as Jay. I even to like all my like family call me Jay. Not many people actually call me JS. Like even me saying JS sounds a bit strange, but Jay I prefer just because it's easier and I've been using it so much. Awesome. Thank you, man. Thank you. Thank you. How to combine all delivery apps, Ransford. So I actually have a video about how to do this. So I've got a video called running multiple delivery apps, I think, at the same time, or something like that. It was like one of my recent videos. You basically need all the apps activated. And then what you need to do is you can accept an order, you head to that restaurant, and then another order might come through while you're doing that. And if it's a better order where you can get paid better, then what I would do is accept that order and then reject the other order, like cancel it. And then that's how I do it. And then when I get to the customer and I've dropped off that order, so I will go offline first of all on all the other apps once I've picked up that order. And then once I get to the customer's house, I will basically go back online on all the other apps because I've dropped off that order. It's not against terms and conditions of these apps. They don't want you to be picking up multiple orders from different companies at the same time. They don't mind you being on other apps, but you have to do one order at a time. And they're getting really smart about this. So make sure that first of all, you are already picking up one order at a time. So you can have all the apps on, but just pick up one. Like that's the main thing. And I was going to say something else about this. And yeah, if you cancel orders, as long as you haven't picked them up, you're fine. You can cancel as many orders as you want, as long as you don't pick them up. If you pick them up and then start canceling them, and a lot of people are doing this to eat the food, which I don't recommend doing. I really just don't do that because your account's going to get deactivated pretty soon. So yeah, that's how I do it. Like if you watch that video, I kind of go into it a little bit more whilst I'm like riding my bike and doing these deliveries. So I think you'll find that video pretty good. Okay. Let's pick a question that I've got a lot of questions which I've kind of put together, like based off what I think will look good or like you guys would want to see. Like, what do I plan on doing with the money I earn from this work? So at the moment, guys, I'm like living at home with my parents. I don't have much expenses. I don't have many expenses, sorry. And basically I'm able to save money because I don't have rent. I don't have to pay like for food. My mom like mostly cooks. And so I'm saving up money. I'm investing into this YouTube channel because this YouTube channel will also turn into an income stream for me in the future, especially when I get monetized and I start making some money. And I'm thinking of like different ways to invest my money. I'm not like really well versed on how to like start other side hustles or like invest my money into different things. But as we go along, I'm going to be uh, researching how to do this, and I'll also probably make some videos about how I'm investing my monies into different things, because I think it's really important that any of this money that you do make, you're using it like you're using it for your future. That's what I'm doing anyway. Okay. Von Company, what's your e-bike's top speed? So the legal limit for the UK is 15.5 miles per hour. I can probably, like, if I'm going downhill, I could probably pick up to like 16, 17, 18 miles per hour. So yeah, I'd say around that. Some people do have their bikes de-restricted, so they can go the US speed limit, which is like 20, 21 miles per hour, maybe a bit more. And some people have like 1000 watt motors, which can go and do like 25, 30 miles per hour, maybe even more. But I wouldn't really recommend that. Okay. I need some, like, my voice is I'm losing my voice a bit. I need to like slow down. Okay, so the next one is, all right, so Marky Mark says, I've worked with Deliveroo for 6 months and I've had 5 people take in food that isn't theirs. Completely my fault, but people would take in other people's food. Like, come on, like these people, it kind of sometimes makes me lose faith in humanity when you get people who do that. Like, my conscience cannot do that, just because I would feel like such like a bad person for doing it, and it's stealing at the end of the day. Like, you're effectively a thief for doing that. So like, yeah, man, like that sucks, dude. You definitely double check your delivery addresses. On Uber, the pin is very accurate. So I usually, when I'm at the customer's place, I will go to the Uber navigation and check the pin, because that is like a good way just to prevent yourself from giving people like the wrong customer or the wrong person the food. It's happened to me a few times where I didn't double check the delivery address and I almost gave it to the wrong customer. I quickly just thought, you know what, something in my brain was like, okay, I don't feel this is the right address, so I just double checked and then I went to the right customer. Sometimes the people just are honest about it and they will tell you, yeah, this isn't my food. I had one guy, I had one dude who put the wrong delivery address in. He put his neighbor's delivery address in, and so I went to deliver that, and the woman was like, I don't have a delivery, it's not the right address. I'm like, this is your address, right? And she's like, yeah. And she's like, but I have an order. I'm like, what on earth's going on here? Turns out it's the guy next door who put the neighbor's delivery address. Like, what is going on? What is going on? This is green tea, by the way. I probably shouldn't be drinking this in the evening time because I might be up all night, but because it's got a bit of caffeine. But hey, I need some energy for this live stream. Is it 1000 for monetization? Yes, very soon. So yeah, I need 1000 subscribers for monetization, but I also need 4000 watch hours, which I'm probably going to get 4000 watch hours before I get 1000 subscribers. But I reckon I'm giving probably like a week to 2 weeks before I get monetized to get 1000 subscribers. Okay. Jude, what happens if the customer doesn't collect the food? Well, with Uber, you basically take a photo and you tell them where it is. So as long as you've done that, then you're kind of covered. But it's really up to the customer to collect the food. Like, if you have gone, like with Stuart and Deliveroo, when you drop off the food, you have to basically confirm that they picked up their order before you leave. So you do that, or if they don't come to the door, then you have to then contact support, and usually it's like they get you to take it back to the restaurant, which hasn't happened to me many times. On Deliveroo, I'm not entirely sure what happened, but I guess it would be a similar process. With Uber, you've left it at their door and you've taken a photo, like you wouldn't leave that situation without taking a photo, because you know that you're just leaving the food at the door, which is what the customer requested and they haven't picked it up. So you can just take a photo. Okay, Scott says, hopefully these apps will compete against each other more. In turn, they will. Yeah, I mean, I think that Stuart is doing a really good job of providing the best platform to be a rider or a driver because they're paying you more, and it seems like they're sharing more of the fare with you compared to Uber and Deliveroo. So hopefully Stuart basically encourages Uber and Deliveroo to pay more. And like Deliveroo is shocking. Like I just got onto Deliveroo like a month ago, and the fees are shocking. I thought they were going to be more, and apparently they were more like in the past. But yeah, okay. So let's get another question from here. Um, Can you use Deliveroo equipment whilst working for Uber and Stuart? So, a lot of people are worried that when you're working for Uber, Stuart, Deliveroo, and you're wearing one of the others, like basically you're wearing Stuart or Deliveroo when you're doing the other apps. It's completely fine when you're on Uber and Deliveroo to be using competitors' equipment and branding and their clothing. With Stuart, though, they're a little bit more strict about this. They want you to wear their clothing because it's not just food delivery. They're doing like high-end clients and things like this, like high-end. What I mean high-end, like they're doing like Superdrug and Apple and Co-op and different things like that. So they want you to like be in Stuart's gear. So if you have all the apps, then I would recommend using Stuart's gear because then that covers you for everything and you don't have to worry about anything. And actually, Stuart's gear is really good. I actually want to get another Stuart bag. So if anyone has like a Stuart bag that they're not using, then I'll buy it off you because Stuart's equipment's really good. That comes into another question: is do they give you free equipment? So Deliveroo do give you free equipment. That's why most of the people delivering are in Deliveroo equipment, which is kind of funny. It's like they've dominated the fashion industry for food delivery just by giving out free equipment. Stuart doesn't give you free equipment. You basically pay it off with delivery, so you don't have to actually pay anything up front. And with Uber, they actually don't give you any equipment. You have to pay for it, and but they don't mind you using whatever equipment that you want. I ended up buying like Uber was the first company I applied for. So I ended up buying like a 40, 50 pound backpack. But in all honesty, like it's really expensive for what it is. Stuart's like 35 pounds, but it's a really nice bag. And it like, I don't like wearing the delivery stuff because everyone's wearing it. And like, you get a lot less hassle from people when you're wearing Stuart stuff, but when you're wearing Deliveroo stuff, it's so like light turquoisey blue that people like can spot you from miles away, and they're like, "Ha, Deliveroo," and then like like hell abuse at you. But with Stuart stuff, they're like, the worst I get is, "Oh, I can guess your name, mate," and I'm like, "What's my name?" He's like, "Oh, Stuart," and I'm like, "Oh yeah, okay." But yeah, so yeah, don't worry about Uber and Deliveroo for that instance. Okay. What is your favorite YouTube channel other than London Eats? In terms of like the gig economy and like food delivery, that would be Wilser. So Wilcer. He did $8,000 in 1 month in November. So he's got like videos on his channel from America. He's got a great personality and he's really engaging. And we're definitely going to be collabing in the future. I'll probably bring him into live streams because like it'll be awesome, like bringing people onto live stream. Like I'm going to bring some of you guys on, like for sure, so we can have discussions and maybe I can interview you guys, because I think one thing that's really interesting is how people got into food delivery, because there's so many different ways, like reasons why people get into food delivery. Okay, what did you do before you doing delivery? Yeah, so what did I do before I started delivering? Right before I started delivering, I was unemployed. No, but like I basically was teaching English in Vietnam, and I was barely doing that before this whole lockdown, or sorry, pandemic started. So I had to come back home. But I've worked for my dad's electric bike business. I've worked in like I lived in New Zealand for a while. I was in the public services for like health and safety. That was awesome. New Zealand is a beautiful country. Like, oh my god, like I definitely want to move there. Like when I'm like older and I want a family and stuff like that. But yeah, that's what I was doing before. Um, how long does it take for your bike battery to get low? Okay, let me have a sip of green tea. Mm. If you're enjoying this live stream, by the way, guys, please thumbs up the live stream. It really helps me, helps YouTube kind of identify that you guys are enjoying this. So if you're enjoying it, then thumbs up. If you're not enjoying it, then thumbs it down. Whatever you guys want. And if you're new to the channel, I talk about all things gig economy. I teach you how to like make money in the gig economy. And also I do delivery videos, which a lot of people really do enjoy. So if you're interested in that, then don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Yeah, so how long does it take for your bike battery to get low? So this all depends on the setting I have. I've got level 0 to 5, 0 being like a normal push bike because it's very light. Like my dad, the bike I use, my dad designed, and he designed all his bikes in the past to be very lightweight. So I can use it on 0, but most of the time I'm on 4 or 5. And what that means is that it's draining more power from my battery. So I can do probably like 30 to 40 miles off a battery. But I have 3 batteries, so that covers me for the entire day. But not everyone obviously has like a dad who has got electric bike business. So I would recommend with an electric bike that you spend like 1,200 to 1,600 pounds because you're buying a quality electric bike. And with that, you're going to have less problems because with electric bikes, you've got the mechanical aspect of it, which you'll have some issues, but they can be easily fixed by bike people. But when it comes to electrical stuff, that stuff is not easily fixed unless you're like electric bike like mechanic, like my dad or something. And you're gonna have more problems with cheaper bikes. And with like a 1,200 to 1,600, you're gonna get a good quality bike that's gonna last you for a decent amount of time, and it's gonna be a good investment. And if they have the option, like I'm planning with my dad, like I'm planning in my head to get my dad to build me like a super like food delivery bike where it does 100 miles on the high settings. It's lightweight. It has the USB sockets to like put into like charge my phone up and things like that, and have all the lights and stuff, which you guys will enjoy and find useful. I'm planning to get him to do that like at some stage this year, maybe, and then we'll start like selling it because so many people are buying bikes from Halfords, and the Carreras and stuff, like they do the job, but they're nothing like they're not like the high quality or like the very good quality bikes. They are like they'll do the job. Like I'm not gonna like say anything about them, but they'll do the job. Um, okay. Scott, I brought a Stuart bag up to singles. I love the rolltop clip bag. Yeah. So actually, last night I have this thing. Like I have a problem, but basically, um, I had this magical idea to like design my own bag. So I was looking on like Alibaba for like bags, and I found a bag which is a roll top, which is very similar to Stuart. It's got a pizza box, a kind of entry like zip, which is great if you want to do pizza deliveries because you can't do that really with a Stuart bag. It's like harder. And I've got my logo set up. I've got the color scheme, which will be like yellow or yellowy orange. And I'm thinking of actually like buying a bunch of these bags and then having my logo and the design and the colors added to it, because there's not many people out there who actually are selling like a good looking thermal bag for but like for cyclists basically. You've got Stuart, who you can only buy it through Stuart. And then you've got Deliveroo, you get the free ones, and not everyone wants to use the Deliveroo one because everyone's using them. And then Uber is like the same thing. Like if you're not using a Deliveroo bag, you're probably using an Uber bag. And I think a nice stylish one. Like I want to probably bring the design concepts and show you guys at some stage to get what you like, to find out what you think, because at the end of the day you guys will be the ones who would be interested in getting that. And like starting like a gig hustle, like kind of I don't know, like group around the UK and delivering with gig hustle like branded stuff would be cool, and it would look good and it would do the job. So like, and it would be good quality. Like I wouldn't sell anything or that wasn't good quality. Okay, so we got 21 people still in the live stream. Like, thanks guys for joining me. I thought I'd be probably just talking to myself, really. That's why I had these questions. Basically, before I started the live stream, I just brainstormed all these questions. I thought I wouldn't be talking to anyone. So having 21 people in, I really, really appreciate you taking the time to first of all learn and like kind of improve yourself, but also spending the time on my channel, investing into me. It means a lot, guys. So I really do appreciate that. Okay. Yes, this is something that happens to a lot of people. When I do my application, I go to the post office. They tell me my date and birth is wrong because Sterling does us format if you can help. So basically what he's saying here, or she, I don't know if it's a he or she, but like they're saying that when you're doing your application for your background check with these companies, on the Sterling background check, they have the American format for the birth date or the date of birth. So when, like, for example, my birthday is the 9th of the 2nd, 1994. And so that format is what we're used to here in the UK. But I think in American format, it goes the month and then the date. So it'd be 02, 09, 1994. And so a lot of people get caught out on that application. And basically, I think you have to go through the whole process, unfortunately. Like you have to either get Uber to send you another link to do another form, or you have to apply with another email, or I would contact Uber to find out what you can do, because I'm sure it happens a lot of times. Yeah. Nathan, Leicester has been so quiet since November. What is it like where you are? Yeah, so with Leicester, I actually had someone email me. What's his name? I think it's Amir or Amar. Let me get his name up. I had a guy message me. I haven't got it here, but I think it's Amir Amar from Leicester. If you're watching the live stream, hey man. He basically said, "Oh, there's a lot of people working in Leicester, and like, is that gonna like?" He was like basically just saying that, and the reason why is because there are a lot of people who are like Indian or like migrants who want to who really enjoy this work. Me being Indian myself, like I'm a good example here, but most of the people delivering aren't like, there are some like English guys, like I'm English, but I'm also Indian, confusing. Parents are born in Africa, grandparents from India, but there's a lot of migrants and Indian people who enjoy working this work, and so Leicester has a huge population of migrants and Indian people, so the competition there might be a lot higher. But food delivery, like there's a lot of people wanting food delivered, and I really do think that these apps monitor they monitor like the levels of orders compared to the drivers. I know that it can be oversaturated at some points, but if they completely oversaturated the market with drivers, then someone like me, for example, I wouldn't want to be in this work if I couldn't like even make at least £8-9 an hour. Otherwise, I'll just get a regular job. And I mean, I really enjoy this job, so I'm more than happy to earn more than that and do this. But yeah, man, in Nottingham, it's in my town, it's been really slow. I went out today at lunchtime and I did one delivery on a 1.1x boost, got paid £3.30. And then I basically thought, okay, like that was before 12 o'clock. The boost came in at 12 and I was like, okay, I'll complete that order. It came to 12 o'clock and then yeah, and then basically didn't get any orders. I was like waiting there for 15 minutes, and I was like, okay, well, it's peak time, lunchtime, and it's a Friday. It's a Friday, like it's supposed to be busy. So January is going to be a quiet month. In the city, I'll do better. Like I'm going to go all day tomorrow in the city because I've got all the apps, and even if it's quiet, because I'm on all the apps, I'll get still decent number of orders to make £10 per hour probably. Um, what area do you work? Nottingham. I live in Nottingham. Do you recommend any particular lights? Mine went out super quick. So my dad for Christmas hooked me up. He got these integrated lights, so front and rear, and it has a horn on it as well. So I've got these two buttons on like my handlebars, one for the horn, one for the lights. I don't have to get off my bike anymore and turn the lights on. I just press the light and it lights up the front and rear at the same time, and they're really bright and like dude, he hooked me up. My dad's ordered a lot of them from China because he's got contacts in China. I can't find them on Amazon or the internet, but basically you have he like these lights. He's integrated them into my electric bike system, and I'm pretty sure he could do that for other electric bikes. So, or if you basically, I'm thinking of actually like selling them or getting you guys to go over to my dad and like buying them from him. I don't know how exactly it works in terms of actually putting them on the bike, whether you need a lot of technical skill for that, but I'll find out more. But like there's a bike light on in my description. It's a LED rechargeable light. That's the one I was using before. It would last about 4 to 5 hours, and it's super bright. It can fit any handlebar. You just tap it, like latch it on, and it's really nice and it looks good. And you can actually take it off. And when it's nighttime, you guys will know the problem is that you will not be able to see like the house numbers or the won't be able to see the house numbers because they're not lit up. And you can take the torch off your bike and shine it, and you can see the house number. Okay. Am I talking too fast, guys? Like, if I'm talking too fast, then please let me know because sometimes I can do that. Sometimes, and I talk a lot. That's probably why I'm doing okay at this live streaming stuff. Okay. Do you have the right to decline if you're delivering food to the customer that lives on the 20th floor? It's always a hustle, not gonna lie. I'm afraid if you've taken the order and you picked it up, then you have to deliver that to the customer. It's up to the customer really, like whether they want to come out to meet you or whether you want to come up to them. I think in the times that we're living in right now, that most people are coming out to meet us because they know it's better. But there are some people who are lazy or like they just want you, like they're like, I'm paying you to deliver my food, so you better bring it to my door. That's the kind of mentality they have. So I would recommend, like, if a customer like if you get to the address and the customer has given you their flat number, I would give them a ring and say, hi, like I'm outside, and they will usually say, okay, I'll come out to meet you. Or they'll say, okay, like I've opened the door for you, and then you know what that means. But I did have one story, guys. I want to share this story with you because it's a really good kind of lesson to be learned about this. I know a lot of us don't want to be going up to like the 20th floor of this apartment or go into building complexes and deliver that order to the customer. You want the customer to come out to us because it's faster. I had one guy, I went to the address and he opened the door for me, and I thought, okay, like he wants me to come deliver it to him on his floor. I was happy to do it. I don't have a problem with this. And he opened the door and he didn't have, he had like a missing leg and he was on crutches. So I would have felt really bad if I had like said to him to like come down and to meet me. So just, that was the first time actually someone asked me to come up to their apartment, like to their floor, and he lost his leg, and it would have taken him a long time to come down, and it would have been difficult. So if the customer does want you to come to their door, just do it with a smile, and maybe there's a reason for it, you know. I think it's a great lesson there. Like, as soon as that happened to me, I was like, you know what, any customer who wants me to come up to their door for whatever reason, then I will do as long as I can do that. Like some places don't actually let you go up. Okay, Sam Wadman. I've got green tea leaves, if you can see here. So like I have to use my like mouth to kind of filter it out. Are you guys enjoying this live stream? Like, do you want to see this on like a weekly basis, like where we're just jamming out, that we're talking about food delivery, talking about gig economy, we're talking about electric bikes, all this stuff. I'm happy to do this on a weekly basis. Like I think I want to do it on a weekly basis because I think it's great to connect with you guys. And I like and I would actually love to, like I said earlier, to have some of you guys on the Gig Hustle show. So Sam, have you ever had your bike stolen while on the job? No, I've never had my bike stolen. I've been doing this since June, July. So what's that, like 6-7 months? And as long as you have a decent hip lock, and when I'm saying hip lock, it's the ones you can wrap around your waist, or I wrap it around my saddle. These are really strong, and so it's hard for people to cut through them. And I always lock up my bike if I'm like going into the restaurant. If I can bring my bike in, that's even better. Like then I don't have to worry about doing the lock. But make sure you're locking up your bike, guys. I see so many people just leaving their bike outside. They're locking the wheel up. But someone can just pick up the bike and leave with it, or like multiple people can just pick up the bike and leave with it. So just lock it up. Have a good bike lock. I do have a bike lock in my description. I think it's the Kryptonite one. That one looks like a really decent heavy duty lock. And if you put it around your saddle, you won't feel the weight of it so much, especially if you've got an electric bike. If you've got a push bike, then it's a little bit more tricky, but it's still worth doing so people don't steal your bike. But yeah, and that's what he said. Sam said that's what I'm worried about. I get it, man. Like my bike, if I was to buy it, luckily my dad has an electric bike business, and I'm super fortunate that he gave me the bike. But my bike's worth £1,500, and it would take me probably 1 to 2 months to make that back. Maybe longer, I don't know, but like 1 to 2 months just for a £4 or £5 delivery fee with McDonald's, just to deliver someone's McDonald's and pick it up faster. It's not worth it. Not worth it. A7PK. I think I answered this question earlier. I'm not entirely sure. I know that a lot of students from India are working for like Deliveroo and some of the other apps. I don't know if they're doing it legally or not. But if you're on your visa, you can work self-employed, then I don't see any reason why not. Okay. Okay, so Andrej, hopefully I said that. Bakan said, is that like Turkish? I think maybe, I don't know. I really enjoy your videos. To be honest, I dislike try-hard cyclists, but I recently bought an e-bike to get fit and lose some weight during my commute to and from work, man. Respect to you, dude. Electric bikes are a really great way to lose weight, guys, if you want to get into shape, because you can limit the amount of power it gives you, and you're still pedaling and you're still putting effort in. I mean, I'm not doing too well for myself. I'm like, I'm not like packing on too much weight. But yeah, like, dude, that's awesome. It's a great way to lose weight. And actually, if you guys get an electric bike or like switch to like using a bike for work or for these deliveries, you'll definitely notice some like health changes to yourself. Like, so yeah, it's good. Yeah, Barry Gallagher. People have less money in January. Yeah, they've spent it all in on Christmas and also on New Year's, all them parties and stuff, them lockdown parties. Also, they go on health kicks. Yeah, so they have the health kick, the January health kick. Let me sign up for the gym, but the lockdown has stopped them from doing that, so they're now working out at home. Pincy, watching you live from Italy. Awesome, my dude. Like me and my girlfriend went to Napoli in the south, so really love Italy, man. Respect to Italy. Buonasera, Pincy. Nathan, the lights your dad got you sound awesome. They are awesome. I'm going to try and get through some of these questions. When is your next upload? Um, so with the delivery videos, guys, it takes like, I mean, it takes me about, it can take me like 10 hours. Let's just be honest here. It can take me 10 hours to edit a delivery video. And so I still want to do delivery videos because I know that you guys love that. But I probably won't be doing it every week because it takes 10 hours just to edit it. So to then do all of the thumbnails, the titles, all the other background stuff you need to do with the YouTube channel, it can take like a long time. So it's more like I'm going to upload them every like 2 weeks to obviously still give you guys what you enjoy. But I'm going to be doing more stuff like live streams and like videos to talk about topics. So yeah, hopefully my next delivery video is soon, but I don't know when it's going to be. Probably next week at some point, because it's like my last one was 37 minutes long, and yeah, like can you imagine for 4 hours of footage condensing it to 37 minutes? It takes a long time. Okay. Tyler Carles, is it worth getting the app to order food? I don't order food very often through Uber Eats, Deliveroo, or Stuart, or like Just Eat, sorry, because it's more expensive than if I just go to the restaurant itself. I know like I'm obviously delivering the food, but I prefer to like save some money and actually go to the restaurant. I do order sometimes on Uber Eats, but very rarely because it is expensive. Like Uber Eats, man, like I think they're like increasing the prices so much for the customer that we don't get like many tips from customers because you know if they've spent so much money already on the delivery fare and paying Uber their service fee, then it's not worth it. Yeah. Bakan is a Turkish word for minister, I think, but I'm Czech. Okay. I am so unfit. I won't be able to commute and lose interest soon. Dude, honestly, like electric bikes are so much fun. And the differences between an electric bike and a push bike is that with an electric bike, you can go further distances. So even if with you've got that power, you're still going to be doing more exercise and burning more calories than if you had a push bike and you were going a quarter of the distance. So the more distance you do, the more you're pedaling and moving about, the better. And I would recommend like using a high setting to begin with if you're unfit, and then just like lower it down as you get fitter. Um, What is the best bike to deliver with Uber? The best bike is an electric bike because it's faster. And that means because you're faster, you're going to be making more money, Kelly. So I would save up for an electric bike. If you have the money already, then getting like, sorry guys, if you, yeah, if you save up for an electric bike, it'll pay for itself in the future. Like you can, like 1,200 to 1,600 pounds, that will pay for itself in the future, especially if you're doing this for a decent period of time. And the best bike, like specifically, one that's lightweight. I really appreciate that my bike's lightweight. One that does at least 30 to 40 miles off one battery. The more mileage, the better, but most can do probably like 30 to 50 miles, maybe 60 if it's a decent bike. But as much mileage as possible. And I would actually like visit electric bike shops and test them out because when you see them online, guys, it's hard to really see the like whether it's going to be a good bike or not. Like it might look like a nice bike, like the Carrera and all them bikes, they look nice on Halford's website, but if you ride them compared to the bikes I'm riding, they're not as comfortable, they don't do as much mileage. And I think it's important that you go out and test these out and like support your local electric bike shops, because if you have any problems in the future, you can go over to your local bike shop, a local electric bike shop, and they'll fix it for you. Whereas if you have an online sale, or like you buy your electric bike online, it can be difficult to get that bike fixed. And what kind of bike do you use? I have a bike, electric bike. Sorry, I'm losing my mind right now. I'm just I need to have some green tea. Hold up a sec. what it was is my dad was playing music in the background, and I don't really want any music to be on this live stream because I can get into trouble with YouTube. So I was just like, oh no, dad, please don't play the music. So that's how I was getting distracted. um I have a electric bike video, like the talking about the electric bike I have that my dad designed on my channel. So I'd go check that one out. But it's a bike that my dad designed a few years ago. It's a mountain bike, 250-watt motor. It does about, I would say, anywhere from 30 to 50 miles off a charge. So yeah, you can go check that one out. Okay, Tyler said, I've seen a few of your videos. Keep it up. Cheers, my dude. I'm gonna definitely keep it up. Actually, like we're into this live stream an hour and 40 minutes, and I wasn't expecting it, but actually, like talking this much, answering questions are it can be quite like energy draining. So, but I definitely for sure I'm gonna be doing this every week because I really enjoy it. Like it's cool hanging out in the live stream, doing it live so you guys can see. Yeah. Barry Gallagher, I already subscribed, but hoping for you to get 1,000. Thank you, Barry. I really appreciate that. I will be at 1,000 soon. I'm growing at around about 400 subs now per month. So if we do the calculation, I'm at like 850 now. So less than 2 weeks, I should hit that mark. Get your questions in, guys, because I'm probably going to wrap this up in about 15 minutes, I think. 15 minutes, I think. And then after that, you'll have to wait till the next week for me to answer your questions, or you can just comment on one of my videos and I'll answer them anyway. Okay. I don't know whether I should be going this close in or I should be like here. I think here's good as well. I shouldn't be going in too much like this. But okay, let's answer another question. How much phone data will you need for this job? So I actually have an ID mobile like SIM card, really cheap. It's like £10 a month, and I get 10 gig of data. I know there's others that maybe offer more, but like 10 gig for me is more than enough. Like you probably need about, if you're doing it for a good amount of time each week, like let's say you're doing 15 to 20 hours, or even if you're doing up to 40 hours, you probably need anywhere from like 5 to 7 gigs worth of data for the apps. But also don't forget that while you're waiting for orders, you're going to be like browsing social media, you're going to be watching YouTube videos, you might be watching my delivery videos. I know some of you might be doing that on your while you're waiting for an order. So yeah, I would think like getting 10 gig is more than enough. What are your data plans like, guys? Like how much data do you guys use? And like how much do you pay for that? FK Flex, what's the next step after background check Uber Eats? So the next step after you do your background check is that once that's gone through, it's basically a waiting game. I remember when my background check went through, it took, hope this doesn't happen to you, but it took me like 2 months for them to activate my account. When you contact Uber rider or Uber support or Uber driver support, they will tell you, oh, we're in the process of activating your account. You've done everything you need to do. And it just takes it's their way of putting you on a waiting list without you knowing you're on a waiting list. And they'll say things to you like you have like they have like so many applications to go through. So then it's just a waiting game, really. Okay, let's answer some more questions. I'm gonna try to like find some good ones for you guys to like end with. Okay, this is a good one. Is it better to deliver in towns or cities? So I deliver in my local town, and I also deliver in the city, so central Nottingham. And I've noticed quite significant differences between my town and my city, and it's probably obvious, but I get a lot more orders in the city compared to working in my town. And the reason why is because, first of all, there's multiple apps, so I can work on multiple apps, so I'm getting more orders. But also, there's a lot more restaurants in the city center, and so people have more choice, and so they will order a lot more food. Whereas in my town, they have just like, a few fish and chip shops. They've got Subway, KFC, McDonald's, and so it's not conducive to them ordering a lot more, like a lot from a lot of different places. And so I actually make a significant amount of my earnings now in the city, because in my town it can be like hit or miss. Like I can be getting like 4 orders an hour and making like 15, 16 pounds an hour. And then I could be getting like 1 order an hour. So towns are really unpredictable. There's less restaurants. And so it's really hit and miss. The cities and working in cities is a surefire way to get consistent orders, in my case anyway. Alrighty. I worked on the, so Kelly says, I worked on the 1st of January and made £60 in 4 hours. It was so busy. Yeah, so New Year's Day is the busiest day of the year for deliveries. It was my first day, like my first time delivering on New Year's Day, because I started working last year in the middle of the year, and I made £68, I think, in like 3 hours. It like Stuart was paying £8.30 per hour. So yeah, like first, and also a lot of people are like hungover on 1st of January. They've obviously been partying the night before, and they just want to like soak themselves up or soak that alcohol up with some McDonald's and stuff like that. Okay, Khalifa, how many times did you do a background check? How many times you did background check do you have to do with Uber, Delivery, Stuart? So you have to do a background check for each platform. So even if you do your background check with one of the platforms, it doesn't, like the other apps, you still need to do another one. They don't just allow you to do one, which is kind of silly, because I ended up getting so many DBS emails, like mails to my house, because I had to apply to Uber, Deliveroo, and Stuart separately. But yeah. All right, guys. I think like my brain is fried. I hope you guys got a lot of information from this video. So from this video, from this live stream, you can tell my brain is fried. But for sure, I'm going to be doing this more often. Try to do it at least once a week, where I come onto it, hang out with you guys, find out like your experiences about delivering food and the gig economy, and hopefully I can answer your questions. If there's any questions I haven't answered, I'm really sorry about that. Comment down below and I will actually respond to them. I respond to all of my comments. But yeah, if you could give this live stream, this video, a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, if you're interested in the gig economy and making money, or you like watching my deliveries, then please do subscribe. All right, guys, I'm going to head off, and I need some food, and I need to just chill out now. All right. All right. Catch you guys later. See ya.